You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, I have got your full roster of weekly spoilers from Monday, December 16th, all the way through Friday, December 20th. They released them later this week, not until Saturday, so that's why you're getting them today. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about Zende taking sides and Katie targeting of Forrester. And hey, if you're not following us, please click subscribe. Let's dive into the action starting on Monday, December 16th, which is season 38, episode 64. So picking up where we left off on Friday, Hope and Carter are just delighted in their coup and this newfound illegitimate power they have stolen for themselves. And if you remember on Friday, Hope was telling Carter it's his office, and she went and locked the door after she's been sitting on his lap and telling him how powerful and awesome he is. So looks like they are going to break in that CEO office, the way they broke in the design office and other rooms. And it's funny, I've seen here in the comments about half of people think they've done nothing wrong. You don't steal a company. Anyway, obviously they do because they did, but they could just, go get another job. Remy takes a darker turn plotting against Electra and Will, and we saw him engaging in this on Friday, and he resumes it on Monday. He was doing dirty Photoshop things like he's done before to poor Electra. Going into Tuesday, December 17th, it's season 38, episode 65. So remember last week when we had Hope and Carter telling Zende that they're in power, and his reaction was not as angry as Ridge and Eric and Steffi, but it was still the same basic reaction. He's like, you've stolen the company from the Forresters. I'm a Forrester. You have stolen my family's business. And then Carter's like, yeah, but we're reestablishing Hope for the future. And Hope's like, yeah, we want you to be the lead designer, which is tempting, but he never wanted anything like this to happen. And he is not happy about the Forresters being booted aside. So on Tuesday, Zende gets together with Eric, Ridge, and Steffi, and they are plotting to kind of turn the tide on the betrayers. And it'll be interesting to see if Zende takes the job so he can stay close. Meanwhile, Katie and Brooke announce some changes at Forrester Creations as they join the coup. Brooke is going over to the dark side, and in the promo, there's a scene of Katie and Brooke talking with Electra and Ivy, and Electra is crying and saying to Brooke and Katie, I'm being fired, and she's asking why, and it sounds like it's something to do with Remy because he doesn't want her in LA. He says LA isn't good for her. He wants her back in their little small town where he can, have his meaty, greedy clutches on her. Then on Wednesday, December 18th, season 38, episode 66, Will heads over to Il Giardino without Electra, kind of going behind her back, and he wants to talk to Remy and confronts him. And Remy asks Will if he thinks he's going to mess things up for Electra. And Will makes it clear that he doesn't trust Remy, and then he threatens Electra's friend. I'm doing friend in quotes. You can't see it, but yeah. And Will tells him, if you do, mess things up for her, you're going to answer to me. And it's clear he has already messed things up, and he did it intentionally because he wants Electra away from Will because he's so super jelly. Also, Wednesday, Eric Forrester is very stressed out about the legacy that he built for his family and the company that he founded with Stephanie just completely coming undone. It's been stolen by usurpers. And again, I think Justin's lying because this is fraud. The second that Ridge fired Carter, he had no legal right to file those papers. And Justin knows that, but I think Justin has made some sort of shady, agreement with Carter to lie to them. They need to talk to another lawyer. It'd be great if we got Jack Finnegan back for this, although if I recall, he is a criminal lawyer, but they use lawyers interchangeably on soaps. And I'd love to have Ted King back on Bold and the Beautiful. Ridge and Steffi are extremely worried about Eric because he is stressing out so much. He is crushed and, he loves Brooke and he always watches out for her. And now she's over at the company with them, having turned on the family as well. Thursday, December 19th, episode 67 of the current season. This is a big shocker. So Taylor, Ridge, Steffi, and Eric are all over at the Forrester mansion, and they watch in shock as Carter publicly announces a huge change. And then Brooke takes the stage, and they're watching this on Steffi's phone. It's some kind of PR public statement thing. And Brooke confirms on this PR video that she is resuming the role of CEO at Forrester Creations. She says, "I will step into my old position as CEO." Steffi's jaw drops. Eric's jaw drops. Ridge is disgusted, and it's kind of interesting because Taylor doesn't look very surprised because I think she always thinks the worst of Brooke. Friday, December 20th, episode 68 of season 38. Ridge is angry. He feels betrayed and he gains a moment of clarity, according to spoilers. And Ridge tells Taylor, "You were right all along," and looks like he may be playing kissy face with her next week. And in an interview that Torsten K did recently, he talked about this betrayal that Brooke engages in, and it's just a deal breaker for him. It's not that he doesn't love her. He does love her, but what she's done, there's no coming back from it. There's no getting past it. And of course, he said never say never when it comes down to Brooke and Ridge. However, Taylor to him looks way more honest and loving and trustworthy at this point because she's not taking from him, where Brooke is fully on board with the coup crew and she is sitting her butt down in the chair that Ridge has been sitting in for years, and she has taken this from him. And plus, she was kind of parroting those same words about Carter and Hope had to do it. They had to, because it's anti-Logan stuff, and, Steffi was being mean to Hope and she was fired unjustly, and Ridge doesn't see it that way at all because her line, it just wasn't performing. It was business no matter what at the end of the day. And then by the end of the week, we're going to have Brooke at the door of the Forrester mansion on the outside begging that she needs to talk to Ridge. But I don't think he's going to be paying attention because he is already waffled right back over to Taylor like he always does.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.